bosom in the hands, worth 4 on a winch.
Spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm, a message, trying to tell me something. None shall sit in. Sounds like somebody's cleared. Regis mentioned the... What a pigsty. Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva. No spoon you have shall say to you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon. Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It'd make sense. Bit right off. Teeth all knocked out. Somebody tried to force feed him. Broken neck. Indentation in the skull's lateral surface. Smacked in the head with something heavy. Actually does seem like a white's lair. A bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here. Thousands of them here. White's been a collector for years. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to death. Whoa. woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic. Smashed mirror, as if someone couldn't stand to look at themselves. particularly tidy. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron. Spoon, pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Damn it. Gotta catch it. Damn it. Gotta catch it. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me... Cauldron. Table set. White who lives here is getting into some sort of... Cauldron I was looking for. White's not particularly tidy. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron. Table set. White who lives here is getting ready for some sort of feast. Damn it. Gotta catch it. Seems I'll have to kill the white in its own junkie. Ugly bastard. Now to carve out its salivary glands. White's salivary glands will have to do for Regis. By the time I got them to him.
You know what, Kennedy? I just don't understand how these people can chop people's heads off. Beat the hell out of me. Are you gonna get the bread and wine, or does your friend have it, or what? No, okay. Who? Now, where you from? Oh, that's in UK, right? You what? Okay, yeah. So Dan, you like challenges, huh? Oh, this game's challenging. Now, you gonna do it easy, or you gonna do it hard? Chris. No offense, but I can't do it on hard mode. Well, this game's not easy. No, especially Blood and Wine. That's what I'm saying. I want to do on hard mode. Because that Bronson is a bitch to kill. You know that, Omar? Then the naked ones. What are they called? The vampire ones. You don't want to know. You really want to know? Yeah. You mean the highest difficulty?
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. Raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Send your spies after me?
My watchers. Was something to go wrong? I could then...
Managed to find a loan. Shouldn't be a problem.
It's not...
Not sure I understand.
The blood must be in an... To make a long story short...
All right.
We shall visit Tesha Mudna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages, beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse.
Tesha Mudna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. This brought trouble on...
So what? Not like...
But they were bothersome. Forgive the... A Tort Kagmar was captured and...
See no reason to dawdle. Tesham...
In a moment.
What was that? You crazy? You're a...
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I had no choice. As things stand...
And you're starting to scare me.
We have arrived.
You lead. Scurvers.
Correct.
An ancient...
My...
Now then.
It's an ancient form of protection against the living, yes. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher...
Tricky mechanisms. A vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once. Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our world into this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw. It's not far now, Geralt.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. great many beings have breathed their last here.
Human husbandry and care? This for real?
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. Morally suspect though it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, well, what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. Ancestors placed them here to remind us of where we came from.
Seems your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Indeed, though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
Cells. 4.
Ah, disgraceful. Excruciating. This particular page from our history. 9. Rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garrison. My tribe and Deadlock's. We both remained in this part of the world.
Charm.
Yes, well, you see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagmar ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock. Live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it. Ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then. Place the bait at the tunnel entrances. Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, send shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necromancers.
This'll hold. Doesn't look like anything special.
I told you. Kagmar thrashed about inside it for over 2 centuries. Appearances can be deceiving.
This'll hold. Doesn't look like anything special.
I told you. Kagmar thrashed about inside it for over 2 centuries. Appearances can be deceiving.
Three done. One left. Think this'll work?
I certainly hope so. The stench is so thick, I'd wager it carries clear to Novigrad.
Bait set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Calm you down. Somehow. I just smelled the blood. set. What now? Maybe we need a safe word. You know, something you'll say when you can't take it anymore.
And what would you do once I uttered it?
Don't know. Put it down. Somehow.
Please.
I just smell the blood. Come on.
Overcome.
Good, because I can hear more coming. Hold on, I'll let you out. Any better?
Far from ideal.
Resonance.
Are you certain this is important?
Relaxed.
Very well. Awake at last. What did you see?
That seems dead, and he was over. There was some
Peculiar.
stand was.
Perhaps we should...
It's our own.
I shall join you later. Not now, Geralt. I cannot move a step without your assistance.
Where do I gotta go? Oh. Yeah. So we get the uniform I got. What? No. It's separate. Nope, it has nothing to do with the Nope.
So how
No, we
would you
don't.
explain it? Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pipes, we've always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle...
Fickle weather!
A far-fetched
I'll conspire.
Leave him alone. A Wicher.
I thought Wicher...
Need to talk to them.
After we tan his hide. So stand down.
Not gonna happen.
No, don't.
Won't it?
Don't.
Well, then we'll thrash you as well. Which is all the same.
Oh, I see you.
What's the...
I'm investing. Nothing.
You'll come. Come on.
You're very...
Listen.
Wait!
You're just gonna make sure you say the right stuff, Dylan, though.
How much?
You know.
What?
Expand...
Got it all.
I should think...
Well, what did you speak?
No way. Not about to contribute to your shady venture. You'll tell me what you know for free.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. As you wish, sir. I know the fellow you seek, though I don't know his name. A steady patron, gets his boots cleaned every few days. He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him? Don't have the...
When I...
See?
Oh,
I am. Young man, with it. In point.
I leave...
worth
What's he...
Thank you.
handle that kid.
Also plans to run. Listen to the former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy just a short time ago.
Hmm.
I think everybody has the right to vote. I think the process to be speaker. All right, with that, we bring in Ari Fleischer, former White House press secretary to President George W. Bush and a Fox News contributor. Ari, just first of all, I want to play. President Bush spoke out a bit about what has happened in Israel, and I want to play this soundbite for you and get your response to it. Let's watch. You're dealing with cold-blooded killers. And you can make all kinds of excuses why they are, but they are. And his job is to protect this country. And anyway, we'll find out what he's made of it. Your thoughts on that, Ari? That's putting all clarity. And you're 100% right. I don't know how anybody can be protesting in the streets of New York City the way they are right now, unless they're Hamas terrorist sympathizers. George Bush nailed it. What they did in Israel was cold-blooded killing. And the people who deny the babies were beheaded are the same people who deny the Holocaust took place. President Bush is right, Bibi Netanyahu is right, and Hamas has got to go. Do you think that one of the things that President Bush was touching on was how determined our government and the American people will be as they interact with them? What do you say about that, Ari?
Finding the right approach. That's the trick,
Yeah, saw that. Meaning the right thing to prove.
One day forget that this happened, and we drop our guard. And as a reminder, radical Islam continues. It is real.
How much is it where you are, Dylan? No, so how long is it? How much does it cost where you are? The blood and wine, and the is it for both of them? Oh, she gonna do it?
Won't budge. Gotta break it down.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler.
No, so the expansion pack. So that's not bad, Dylan. That's what I got. The complete edition. That's the complete edition you get then. If you get the expansion pack.
It's dangerous, Martha. It's dangerous in Israel. It's dangerous in America.
Well, you will now.
A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give me a moment.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
In a great nation like America. I'm grateful that this is such a tolerant, strong, free nation.
Nice. Ever
No.
consider becoming a burglar? Skill like that would come in awful handy.
I consider
No, what I'm saying is if you get the DLC, then you do the show, you'll be all set.
That's the story for today on this Friday as Ari says Jewish people head to
So, yeah, 20 pounds. That's the complete edition. That's, yeah, so you'll be all set. That's what I did. You know? And the download's faster too.
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still
You know that, Dylan? If you get the expansion pack, then that's the complete edition.
Protests in New York City and around the world today as Israel prepares for a massive ground invasion into the Gaza Strip. We are on top of all these fast-moving developments. We're going to talk to Senator Marco Rubio. The line says Israel has no choice but to wipe out Hamas. Welcome, everybody.
That toy.
Thank you
No
for
use to
joining us
anyone.
right now. Mike
Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime.
We are now learning about race on Hamas targets in just the last 24 hours.
Somebody fixed this recently.
Presumably will be. There's a lot of tension at the northern border. A deputy to Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah said that Iran-backed organization
No
is
dust
not going
mark.
to listen to outside
Somebody
pressure,
moved this here
which is
recently.
warning them not to start another fight in the northern border while there are cross-border skirmishes with Israel and and Hezbollah. Meantime, U.S. Defense Secretary
Nice
Lloyd
little
Austin
trinket.
is in the area, and he had a warning for Hezbollah.
Any country
Sometimes I think I might end up like one of these toys.
trying to take advantage of this atrocity, to try to widen the conflict or to spill more blood.
Paddock, let's go.
We have just one word.
So this is his nest. Need to look around.
Now, Israel had a warning for the civilians in the city of
Somebody
Gaza
fixed this
that the time
recently.
to get out for your own safety is now. A clear indicator
Woman's
that the
likeness.
massive ground
Bit
operation
smudged. Is his lover?
indeed
I
imminent.
don't rightly know.
They
Reminds
communicated
me of
that to the
someone.
people of Gaza by
Not
dropping
sure.
leaflets
Can't help
over the
feeling I've
city.
seen that
It
face
resulted in
before,
a very
though.
sad
No
accident
dust
because
mark.
there's really only
Somebody
one
moved
major
this here
traffic
recently.
route out of Gaza City heading south. So a lot of
Disturbing.
people made the
Tools
trip
were
on
used
foot.
recently.
They climbed into
Dead
trucks.
off
They
on
did
mine
what
by
they
fixing
could.
toys
It's not
between
clear that
murders.
everyone
Really
got out of
now,
Gaza
Daryl,
City.
must you?
Hamas leadership had discouraged people from leaving. Any reports that they stopped them physically didn't pan out in the long run. Also, you mentioned at the
Dead love
top here,
found her
Neil,
entertained.
that
I do not
Israeli
know
ground
us, but we
forces
know
were
you
indeed
to be a
on the
vampire.
ground in the Gaza
We know
Strip.
also of your weakness
That
for the
did
wrench
happen,
they
but it
call
was not the
Renowed.
start of a
Now
major
you know
ground
this.
offensive.
We
What
shall
we're told
chain her
from
down and
IDF
let rats
sources
feed on
is
her.
that had
We
to
shall
do
flay the
with the
skin
people
from
who
her
have been
flesh.
missing since the
Yet
terror
you can
attack
save her.
last
You
Saturday.
need but travel to Beauclair, where you shall slay 5 men
Even
in
the
the manner
UN
you
has weighed
prescribe.
into this wants
You
Israel
must
to
complete the
rescind
killing in
this
3 days. Fail, and the
Gaza
next letter you
evacuation.
receive will
That is
contain a
risky
memento of your
to
failure,
many people.
your beloved's
So,
finger.
I'm just wondering
There you have it.
how Israel
Proof
is
positive
balancing
Detlef killed not of his own accord.
I don't think Israel is balancing it. You heard Netanyahu speak to his nation, saying the enemies of Israel have only
The sole human being
gotten
within
a
the
taste
recluse. Because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile.
What you've seen so far is only the beginning.
All right, thank you. For that, Mike, so we want to go to Don Mann, a retired U.S. Navy SEAL. Don, this ground campaign, whenever it starts, there's this push to go back and forth as to timing it to take the safe passage for those who want out. But in order to guarantee safe passage, how do you distinguish between Palestinians in the region who might need that and Hamas who might be taking advantage of that? In other words, the bad guys are getting out with the good guys.
Yes, Neil, I think that's going to be one of the biggest issues the fight is going to have. You're going to have 300,000 reservists in there to fight while people are trained to follow each other. And you can't tell an enemy just by looking at them. The guy in the ring who will be fighting is trained to look at the threat. They're trained to see if they have anything in their hand that can cause harm or death. And that's the threat. For the most part, they're not going to know who's the bad guy or the defender. That's a real problem here.
I also wondered, Don,
She
what
began
you
the work
think
that I
of
strive to
Hamas, which
continue.
earlier claimed
What do you eat?
searching
Rest of the
will act on others to say no.
Ever meet her?
Never had the... She deserted him.
This was one burst of just...
Take it you have your doubts.
I know humans better than he does. Their capacity to be disloyal, dishonest. I also know she took her things. Not something one associates with the kidnapped, or those who disappear against their will.
I'll save you the trouble of asking. No, I don't know why she left. I can, however, hazard a guess that Detlef grew angry one day, showed another, more monstrous side. Detlef's anger could frighten anyone off, though most who see it get no chance to flee.
Detlef have trouble letting go, accepting that she'd left him?
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know no humans who've struggled with just such a thing?
And Detlef is so much more emotional than most humans.
Not only was she his beloved, his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack. And one never leaves one's pack voluntarily.
Even if Renawed did abandon him that time, looks like someone's actually kidnapped her this time.
Hard to argue with that. And hard to foresee what he's prepared to do to free her, get her back.
He's prepared to kill, that's clear.
As would you be for Yennefer. He kills for he cares for her deeply. And that blood, those individuals, they mean nothing to him.
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to rescue a female from his pack.
Exactly.
Right, so someone's blackmailing him. We know that. Still have no idea who. Need to look around some more. Nice tune.
Indeed. I'm not certain why, but it reminds me of home. Our true home from before the conjunction of spheres.
Look, slips of paper, name on each. Count Crespi, Count Dulac, Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin, Count Delacroix.
Detlef's victims, one and all. But that's not his hand.
Must have come from whoever wrote the letter. All of it written using the same ink. See the color? Ink was dyed with cinnabarite. Rare mineral, pretty much found only in...
Nazaire. But I fear it means very little. Anyone could have imported such ink.
Fair enough. Still worth remembering.
Look, this slip is stained.
With wine. Not much to go on either. Especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. Yet perhaps also worth remembering.
Blackmailer. Kinda curious who it could be.
Why is that?
Regis. Somebody kidnapped a vampire's lover. Bold to begin with. Now they're forcing the vampire to kill. A vampire you yourself insisted no murderer. Blackmailer's skilled. Someone special.
Astute. Now that I think of it, I'm beginning to wonder if...
It's not one of your kind? Another vampire?
Precisely. The plot thickens.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't set my heart on it till we know more.
Right you are.
Let's sum up what we know. Seems Detlef's being blackmailed. Someone's been feeding him his victims' names.
All noted down using one and the same Nazaire ink. And not in his handwriting.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Detlef's innocence, clearly.
Not how I'd put it. Doubt it's how the Duchess will see it either.
I trust you to convince her. And then...
What? Go on, don't be shy. See you've got it all figured out. including the grin I gotta wear.
It's a rather bold plan, but were we to find Renowed, we would strip the blackmailers of their hold on Detlef.
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot. But what about Detlef? He gonna go on killing while I'm out searching for his lover?
He will not. I shall convince him to stay his hand. Assure him you're a friend seeking to help. I'll await him here. He's sure to return sooner or later.
Think he'll listen?
He will.
Ought to wait with you, maybe.
No, he'll sense you from a mile off. Simply fail to appear. I'd better stay alone. You must trust me on this.
Fine. Need to report to the Duchess first.
So be it. We'll await you here. Detlef and I both.
Something's in the wind.
You'll not find work here. Not paying work.
We've seen the become when our culture is threatened by the very means of its own cultural
Fuck me.
I realize.
Every single lady keeps a devil somewhere shady.
I can see you slurping me with your eyes, Wicher.
They say a great deal about you, Wicher, and whisper before you. Fetch this empty dead. Your Grace, I have double.
Geralt of Rivia, Master Wicher.
I was not mistaken. You arrived and trouble followed soon after.
Step aside. Got a matter for the Duchess.
At last, Wicher. We've been on tenterhooks. Did you catch Milton's killer?
Found the beast of Beauclair. Just couldn't kill it.
We sent you after a monster, and you return with nothing? We are very disappointed.
Situation's not quite that simple. Beast's a powerful vampire.
Ha! Is this a problem? Is it too much for a Witcher? A monster slayer? But everyone knows how to end a vampire. Draw him by trick into sunlight. Or arm yourself with ample garlic and drive a stake through its heart.
Garlic's useless against vampires. Sun and stakes don't hurt him either. Those methods, pure invention. Only work in legends and fables.
And buckthorn? When I was a child, Grandmama Ademarta always claimed buckthorn drives off vampires.
Silver sword's your best option for keeping them at bay. But it won't get the job. Because only a higher vampire can truly kill another of its kind.
Excuses. Ha! Your Grace, I shall assemble a battue. Bring the matter to its end at once. The Witcher need but tell us where to find this monster.
Whoa, this is work for a Witcher, not for your guardsmen.
Yet when a Witcher fails, my guardsmen must step in. I'll take my best. 40 hardened veterans. No vampire can stand up to that.
40, 50, 100? Doesn't matter. Won't make any difference against him.
You have... My guardsmen in action.
Can they fight fog? Hit a target that moves faster than the wind?
How? What creature can do such things?
Creatures like this one. Higher vampires, we call them. Each one's a little different. Unique or exceptional, you might say. Some transform into giant bats. Others communicate with animals, command them.
Yet all are still brainless beasts.
Dead wrong. Thinking of lesser vampires. Alps, Ekamaras, Catacans, for instance. They're ruled by instinct, sure. Attack anything that smells of blood. Higher vampires? They think. They employ reason.
Monsters driven by reason. A curious contention. What, then, do you intend to do?
It's way beyond being some monster. This is a powerful being that's walked the world for centuries.
Yeah, impossible. If so great is their power, why have they not killed or enslaved us all?
Don't usually meddle in our matters. Mostly stay out of our way because they don't care about humans one way or the other.
And they do not fear we shall wipe them out one day.
They'd probably be pretty amused if you asked them that. They're well aware of their strength.
Then what can we do? Do you have a plan?
Try to talk to him. That's our best bet.
I cannot believe this. Her Grace summons a Witcher to kill a monster. Instead, he wishes to chat with it. Ha.
Know what I'm doing. His lover was kidnapped. He's being blackmailed.
Blackmailed? Be so kind as to explain how a vampire might be blackmailed.
Higher vampires? They're like us, motivated by emotions, not instinct. Not only are they intelligent to an extreme, they're emotionally rich. Capable of feeling many things, even love. This one fell in love with a woman, a human, and he'll do anything to keep her from harm.
You do not, I trust, suggest we let Milton's killer go free. Or wait until it murders again. We must render it harmless as quickly as possible.
I'll find the blackmailer, free the vampire's lover.
You were to destroy him, not help him.
No one else should die. That's most important. Soon as the woman's safe, he'll have no more reason to kill.
I admit to being swayed, Wicher. You may be right. Do you know anything about the blackmailer?
Got one lead. A few scraps of paper. Blackmailer wrote the names of the vampire's victims on them. One of them stained. A drop of wine, looks like. So damn little to go on.
You've no idea how wrong you are, my dear. Send for the ducal sommelier. Hop, hop! In Tucson, wine is sacred. Here there is no such thing as a drop of wine, or stains therefrom. They are stains from a drop of Est, Ervelus, Fiorano.
Your Grace wished to see me?
Wicher, show him the paper scrap. Benoit, can you determine which wine made this stain?
Yes, yes. The west bank of the Saint Retour. That's rather obvious. Aged in barrels of Beauclair oak. Hue, deep burgundy. Clarity, high. It's simple. Saint Real, the 1269 vintage.
That's impossible. The wine is produced at Castel Revello, especially and exclusively for the ducal table. Perhaps some Saint Real was stolen. We must go to the vineyard, see if there's not been an incident.
Saint Real. Never heard of it.
It's highly unlikely you've ever had a chance to partake of it. As I said, it is only ever served to the ducal family.
Didn't stop it from ending up on that scrap of paper. Unless your Grace's sommelier is mistaken.
In matters of wine, Benoit is never mistaken. If he says it's Sonreal, it is Sonreal. We must ride to Castel Revello at once. Discover what has happened.
Wait. Your Grace wants to go with me? Out of the question.
I hope you do not suppose we will sit on our ducal hiney and do nothing while our duchy is in grave danger.
Your Grace, what you propose is far too dangerous. The Wicher should go alone.
It pleases me to see you gentlemen finally agree on something. But I've made my decision. We shall go, accompanied by the best possible escorts. You, Captain, and Geralt. We will travel incognito. We've no wish to give the court any reason to gossip. For the duration of this mission, I release you from your obligation to adhere to court protocol. In short, from now on, I am Anna Henrietta, not your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace. Wicher, are you ready?
Yeah, ready to go.
Excellent. Give me a moment. I must don something more appropriate and concealing. Then we will be off.
This vampire, have you ever faced its sort before?
I have.
How did it end? Did you kill it?
Didn't have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of anyone defeating such a vampire?
Know of a man who defeated one, sure. But he didn't manage to kill it. Ultimately, only another vampire can kill a vampire.
That's it, Roach.
Hunters have attacked the wagon! We must help!
Stay back, Your Grace. We shall see to this.
Back, you beast! Begone!
Show me what you got.
Save us! Back, you beast! Begone!
Done. Time to move on.
If not for you, we'd have been done for.
Go.
Thank you. You saved our lives.
Hooray!
Tell me more about this vineyard. Castel Revello.
It's the best in Oltusa. An old master of the winemaking trade runs it. Fabrizio.
He trustworthy?
He's held his post for years. There's never been a problem. Till now. I wish to know your thoughts, Geralt. The Sonreal stain, how did it wind up on the paper? Is someone from the vineyard blackmailing the vampire?
Could be a servant. Could be the steward. Could be the wine was just stolen from the estate.
We shall know when we arrive. It's not far now.
Captain de la Tour, we did not expect any visitors from the palace. How are affairs at court?
Doubtless you've heard of the Beast of Beauclair. Well, we've our hands full. Especially since the rogue last attacked in the palace gardens.
I trust Her Illustrious Highness was not harmed?
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabrizio. I am well.
Your Grace? We were not warned. I shall order the salon prepared at once.
That won't be necessary. As you can see, we are not here on an official visit.
Naturally. Might I ask then what has brought you to Castel Ravello?
This is an inspection. We've got questions. You'll answer them.
Oh, and who are you, sir, to speak to me this way?
This is Geralt of Rivia, a Wicher. He has come to Toussaint on my personal invitation.
Which is to say...
Which is to say, I expect you to treat him with the utmost respect.
Of course, Your Grace.
Did you hear that, Wicher? Fabricio will be delighted to answer your every question.
Want to talk about Saint-Réal?
I am at your service.
Who hauls the barrels to the palace?
We've our own garrison. Guards who have served here for years and would answer with their heads for the wine.
The Saint-Réal. How many vineyard workers have access to it?
One might say only I do.
Not like you make the wine all alone. At least a dozen others work here.
I see you've little notion how wine is made. Grapes travel a long road before they become Saint-Réal. The workers assist me only to the stage of fermentation. I see to the maceration personally and let no one near the fat. Workers, again, assist me during barreling, but then I seal the aging barrels myself, each and every one. The wine lies in the cellar, gains character. Once this process is complete, it becomes Saint-Réal. And as it happens, only I have the key to the cellar in question.
We'll not get anywhere asking questions, I see. It's a waste of time.
Your Grace, how am I to understand this?
Master Fabricio, we have proof someone's gained access to Saint-Réal. Someone who should not have, which means one of two things. Either you lie to our face, or you are an idiot who has had wine stolen from under his nose and not even realized it. In either case, you shall answer for it.
But...
Silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person, thus giving you time to reflect. When I return, I expect to hear answers. Remind me, where is the Saint-Réal stored?
In the main cellar, around the corner. I'll show you.
I shall find it. Give me the key to the cellar and wait here.
Oh, of course, Your Grace. Here it is.
Come, Wicher.
We shall wait here, Master Fabricio.
What if Fabricio's blackmailing the vampire? Considered that?
He has his flaws, but I would never suspect him of such a thing. He's been very loyal. He owes all he has to me. His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine. That is all. Fabricio lived as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravello. Only then did he come into his own.
So where do we start?
Let us see if all the barrels are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
Vintner's log. Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment line. Here it is. Barreling. Everything lines up at first glance. Neatly and thoroughly documented.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it.
Saint-Réal. 1270 vintage.
That's the wrong year. Keep looking.
Saint-Réal. Barrels are dated 1268.
Close, but not quite the right year.
Right here. 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Wanna open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
Full.
This one is full.
This one's full too. Full. This one's full too. Looks like all the barrels are full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of Saint-Réal? Grab a tap and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Ready. We can start. Ready.
Step aside.
So?
I'd recognize this taste anywhere. This one is good.
Revolting, bitter plonk.
Could have gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio.
Is this your first conclusion? Well, if you want a happy ending, you should take a ribbon decorating Sienna from the girl in the red dress in the fantasy world. He took Sienna to Detlef and so on so that Detlef could kill Sienna.
Let's see what he has to say about it.
Master Fabrizio, I am very disappointed.
But, Your Grace,
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
I admit it. I sold a barrel of Sonreal. I beg you to forgive me.
Why did you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but what is a nobleman without land of his own? I shall tell you everything, if you agree to show me mercy.
Really thought nobody'd find out.
I was a fool, very foolish. I beg you, Your Grace, you must forgive me.
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Sonreal. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name?
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign lilt. He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Sintrian aristocrat at court.
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested...
This man's name...
Wine itself. How'd you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astre. A dozen or so men came to collect. Armed men. The kind that stink of trouble. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? That the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy another barrel and, well, I've prepared it. Have it ready to deliver.
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
Your Grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my sight. Captain, have your men take Master Fabrizio to the dungeon. He must answer for his crime. High treason the charge. What now, Wicher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Centrian Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
We will set out now. Position ourselves before you arrive. You take the cart and meet us there.
Fine. When the handoff begins, watch for my signal. Relax. Now we wait.
Ah, our favorite vintner. It's not him.
Don't let him gain the lead!
Time to end this.
Is it just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but...
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
At your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Wicher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
Don't need to like each other. Just gotta do our jobs.
If that's how you wish to treat it. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it. Let us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
Wait, she here?
I hope you did not think I would leave this to you alone, especially when every hour could prove essential. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions. Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call him...
Wait. If he doesn't wish to speak, he needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Usually only take measures like that as a last resort, but in this case, think I can make an exception.
Do as you deem fit. He is all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no! Don't let him!
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No, don't let him! I'll talk!
Barrels. Where were you gonna take them?
I don't know.
Captain, need that rope after all.
I truly don't know. Hornet's the leader, only he ever knew where to go. But he lies over there, dead. That one. The first barrel went to a warehouse at the port. But where this one was bound, I don't know. I speak true. You must believe me.
Who hired you?
He'll kill me.
Ought to be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Cintrian. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered the men for this caper. That's what they said, that we were working for the Cintrian. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Cintrian. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Wicher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Let's go to town.
He's late.
Relax, he'll come.
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Sooner or later, everyone slips up. Cintrian stole the San Real. That was his mistake.
Yet if we had not happened on the wine stain...
You're right. We got lucky. Even so, still can't be sure he's behind the kidnapping, the blackmail. Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Don't care. Down to business. You learn anything?
I will start at the beginning. The port warehouse where the wine was delivered. We identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
The Mandragora. What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours, and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude a mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Wicher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
That's the Cintrian. Get him. I should double the patrols, just in case. Audacious rat, the Cintrian. But we'll get him.
Repent! Renounce your sins! The beast shall devour all!
Nothing doing. Something reeks around here.
Hey, is that not this girl with the price on his head? It's him! Get him! Look lively! Rush at him, boys!
Shut up. Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
How do you like to do it?
Ow!
Jesus, champion. The North must be a terribly barbaric land.
Nice tune.
Oh, is my head ever spinning after last night?
Anyone making trouble during the festival will be...
Reginald Aubrey has returned, not to be missed. Buy your tickets now. Available from me on...
Negative came reported something awful this year. Welcome. Herbs, fresh.
Let me see what you got.
It came reported something awful this year.
Late.
Okay.
So
Luckily, I... Not two. Just one. Oh.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm. How do we find the Synthrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. As soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
tell us about these performances?
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry. The first was a concert by Cecilia Belont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
Shame. You would have loved to hear her.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master of visual illusions, come to us from far off Afir.
Visual illusions. Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Bellant.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress, there on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaveri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Centrian.
Please do not
Go
disturb.
on, Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist in you. The paintballs, cast them at the canvas.
Your boards, as you've made no effort to understand. It's a metaphor of the constant struggle, power and influence. A metaphor? What else would they think of? If they can't agree...
Do not disturb! Shoo! Shoo!
It's the right flower.
Of course it is! A Kaveri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still! You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has heard of me?
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but, alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Centrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Centrian noble. Ah! You must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
artist naps in each of us. Come, toss a paintball or two.
Love letter penned on a napkin. Look.
Oh, my amour, my sunbeam flittering.
Hit of Fistek. Artist's way of numbing their existential pain.
I do not even wish to comment.
Consider yourself greeted.
Color is but the shadow of
Do take care, Wicher.
Greetings, Wicher.
Ultimate meaning.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
Hit of Fistek. Artist's way of numbing their existential pain.
I do not even wish to comment.
Venture beyond the bounds of cognition. Color is but the shadow of deliberation.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
All have the right to create. Cast some paintballs. Discover your artistic soul.
Wenches will be wenches.
My regards.
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
Good.
Fine. Let's give it a try.
Never suspected you believed in such things.
But what if he doesn't come?
He'll definitely come. Don't worry.
How can you be so sure?
Brother dearest, try.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh! Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Looking for Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered. A black beard peeping out from under his mask. And he spoke with a foreign accent. A drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Quickly, upstairs. That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana. At once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Killed her, then went out on the balcony. Tore down the door, made a platform. Killed her, then went out on the balcony. Pretty strong, too. Bloody handprint. It's his. Must have climbed this ladder. Stay alert. Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it, hard, then sank to the floor. Bloodstains. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this, must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace? Seems there was a struggle. Sconce is bent, smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it? Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out? Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room. Hunting knife, richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A Wicher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything, in full detail.
I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
fell out of the window.
Just so.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than plate. I can take care of myself, I assure you. A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I